Good morning. So, if all goes well, we should pass the midpoint of the PCT today. So that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. We're still going through the Dixie burn. We'll be doing that for a couple more days. We have a bit of a logistical issue that I didn't think about early enough. So we sent our bear cans home in Sierra City because they're heavy and annoying, and we wanted to get rid of them, but Lassen National Park requires bear cans, or you can hike through the entire park in one day, which is 19 miles. So we're just going to hike through the park in one day, which is fine. 19 is not even a full day, but what we do have to do is we have to time it so that we start in the morning-ish so that we can get through the whole thing in one day without needing to camp halfway through. Which means we have kind of a gate at the southern boundary where we need to be there in the morning, or we can't leave there until morning. So these next 2 days actually turn out to be shorter days for us by necessity. I think we're doing 2 21-mile days, or maybe we'll do a full 25 one day and only whatever's remaining 17 the next day or the other day. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, that does make us go a little slower than I wanted, but it also works out because that's going to put us in Old Station Monday morning so we can get our boxes from the post office instead of Sunday when the post office would be closed. And yeah, yesterday was a tough day. We hiked all day, actually got to camp later than I like. It was close to 8, and we finally picked a spot to sleep. And we only got 23.6, I think, miles in for the day, but it was 5,500 feet of descent and then ascent. So yeah, pretty challenging. And then today, it's not going to be that bad, but it's going to be no picnic either. I think we're looking at 3,500 feet of ascent and descent. And I'm sure it's going to be warm again. Well, it's nice and cool this morning, so that's good. This is Cold Spring, which is indeed very cold. And great water. I loaded up here for about a 10-mile haul. Wow, a whole big patch of green trees. Look at that. That is a delight to see. A little baby bird, I think. You not quite figured out how to fly yet? Yeah. You're pretty cute though. Okay, bye. Hey, we have green trees. Even in a fire as big and extensive as the Dixie Fire, which was almost 1,000,000 acres, I think, there are still areas where the fire just kind of went around a little local area and did not burn it for whatever reason. And it's nice. It's like little islands, little oases that we get into, which give us a bit of a respite from the rest of it. I think we're actually outside the perimeter of the Dixie Fire right at the moment, but we will re-enter it shortly. We the best. Why, yes. Yes, we be. I have a Fran, and he's cute. Go, little Fran. There's some diffuse smoke that has blown in this afternoon and is turning the sunlight kind of an orange-brown color, noticeably so. It's just barely smellable, so it's not that thick. But it reminded me that I need to give a fire situation update. So the Shelley Fire, which is in the Marble Mountain Wilderness near Etna, seems to be calming down, or they're getting it under control. So they've pulled in the evacuations, both level 3 and level 2, and shrunk the footprint of those areas. It's now sounding feasible, likely, that we can hike a little north of I-5 and get picked up maybe at Carter Summit. Still want to stay away from the area of the fire itself so as to not interfere with emergency activities there. But then it also looks like the Donovan Fire on the California-Oregon border is probably not going to blow up. It is also under control. Forest Service has closed the trail there, but they have issued a fairly small reroute, which will allow us to continue north from Sayad Valley and hike that area, just avoiding the local area of the fire. So that's good. Further north in Oregon, there's definitely a hard, emphatic closure at Highway 138 north of Crater Lake. The trail fire there is or will soon burn over the trail. So that's a definite no-go. And then there are rumors of other fires or new hot spots north of there as well. Possibly a new fire down near Crater Lake. Yeah, I don't know. All of southern Oregon is set on barbecue mode right now, apparently. So we will wait and see what happens there. We still have some time before we have to make those decisions. But yeah, this is what it means to hike the PCT. It's responding in real time to very fluid, changing conditions and just rolling with it. Hey, look what we found. The PCT midpoint. Cannot believe we are only halfway done.
Oh, we made it this far. That's amazing.
Oh, right. Supposed to celebrate. We made it this far.
Yay.
Yay us.
On this side it says Mexico, 1,325 miles. Yep. Mm-hmm. And imagine it says the same thing on the opposite, only to Canada. Yay.
Yay. All right. So, in my family, we always ask each other on hikes, are you half tired? Because that's when you know you need to turn around.
Ah.
I mean, you know, if you're doing it out and back.
Oh, I see.
Right? So,
okay.
Are you half tired yet?
I'm a lot more than half tired.
Yeah, see, that's a problem.
Fighting spirit. Gonna make it all the way to the
fighting spirit. That's right. Awesome. Yay us.
Yay.
Problem with fires is not only that there's no shade, but it also tends to really degrade the quality of the trail tread because the dirt loses a lot of its organic matter and the rest of it kind of turns to dust and fluff. And it just all falls apart. So, despite my sort of joking at the halfway marker about being tired and being only halfway done, I have to say I was very pleased to see the halfway marker and to make it there. Walking 1,325-ish miles is a big deal. I'm very proud of my accomplishment. I'm proud of my body that it has held together this long. And yeah, it's just not a thing that very many people do or imagine that they are capable of. I think a lot more people are capable of it than they realize, but not many people actually attempt it. And I am one of the few. So that's pretty awesome. But there is a very real sense of, wow, we put out so much effort and energy. I've lost so much weight already. And this thing is only halfway done. That is a very real thing as well. Maybe that's part of the NorCal blues, I don't know. But it's definitely something that is kind of on my mind today. There's a lot more to do. But also a lot more to see and experience and enjoy. So that is not only a negative thing, it is also a positive thing, because I'm not ready to go home yet. Not ready to be done. I like this life. I like being rooted and grounded in the world. I like being not in an artificial environment. I like not being inundated with news and nonsense of people being ridiculous. It's just out here being quiet, admiring the scenery, looking at the deer tracks that are on the trail right in front of me now. Wondering how far ahead that deer actually is. Not very. I might see her around the next corner. So, that part I am very happy with. All right, fugitive, what happened?
I got on my phone to look at the map,
Yeah,
and there was a rock.
yeah. And then?
And then I tripped on the rock.